word is that Phil Jackson, of course, he been in Jenny Buss's ear with the Lakers, said, "Hey, trade LeBron James, keep Russell Westbrook." I'm not shocked or surprised, and I have said LeBron James got to go. I don't have a rooting interest with the Lakers or nothing. However, common sense says you got to unload him. I mean, the only thing they're gonna do is break Kareem's record, which is a big feat. However, they're not a championship team. They have no money. They have no pieces coming in. They have an old squad or broke down parts. And LeBron is 37. Be 38 in December. And as Shaq once said, 28 ain't 38. And barring a Tom Brady, now, LeBron had a good statistical year, but it was a lot of stat padding, and the team stunk. And this is the Lakers we're talking about. Stat padding your numbers and throwing your chest out don't count if you're not winning. There's a standards in LA. They got standards. Well, anyway, long story short, Phil Jackson has never been that big on LeBron. There was a whole remarks about when LeBron had Rich Paul and all his business associates in front row seats and everything, and Phil Jackson referred to him as a posse, which was a bit loaded, and I didn't agree with that. However, I think what Phil Jackson is implying is the same thing that Pat Riley didn't want in Miami, and that is to take over the situation and try to gangster up on the team as far as sticking with the concept. Because LeBron's morality is almost like he takes it like a game, and he doesn't think in the bigger picture. When you trade all these assets and you bring all these pieces, and if you don't win, you got to win now. They didn't bring Anthony Davis to be a 4 or 5 year project. They want him to dominate now. So I ain't got no problem with Phil Jackson saying trade LeBron James. I said that too. Because it'll be real. That's the only thing they can move. AD is too injury prone. Now, Anthony Davis falls out and they can get him and release him for a low budget. Okay. But nobody's going to touch Anthony Davis now. He's too dangly and wangly. So LeBron got to go. That's how you build some assets. But the problem is, who is going to take him on? Who's going to take a 37-year, almost a 30-year-old player being season 20 who's clearly on the downside? He don't play no defense. He could still score and all that, but he get hurt too. And he really, aside from the bubble ring, didn't do much in LA. So what you going to do? So I'm with Phil Jackson on it. I would trust Phil Jackson's opinion in this regard, especially when, you can hold a Knicks situation. He did draft Porzingis, but you could hold that against him. But overall, when his time in Chicago and the Lakers, especially with the Lakers, the man did account for 5 chips. He went to 7 finals in La La Land. So I think he kind of knows a thing or two. And I think you kind of would listen to him. I mean, I'd be more important to listen to Phil Jackson than I would Kurt Rambis and Rob Pelinka and some of them others. Because Phil does kind of know what works. But anyway, give me your thoughts and takes. Phil Jackson said, hey, unload LeBron. I'm with it. If they gonna do something, they gotta make that move. And don't get in all sentimental that because all time great player that you don't make that move. The Patriots foolishly let Tom Brady go, but eventually, the wheels gonna come off. Guys gonna get tired, and if you ain't got enough around you, you gotta free up the cap. You know how it goes. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands, keep your mind clear, watch out for another, and I don't think Phil is wrong about this. I'm out.